Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my shop. In this shop tip video, I'm going to look at these Bolt Deburring tools and how they measure up. Now, I've seen these advertised and it looks like a great idea. However, I've also seen a lot of not so favorable reviews. So I'm going to put this one to the test and see if maybe I can tweak it for better performance. So stick around to the end for some extras and some information that you'll want to see. Now to subscribe, please click on that little red subscribe icon in the lower right corner of the screen. And be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss anything. Also, please hit that thumbs up and give me a like. Now a question to think about as you watch this. What do you think about this tool and its design? What would you change about this? Please leave your comments below. Also, please participate in the community posts on my home screen here. We get to share a lot of information there on a lot of topics. So let's get to this project right now. So I am trying this chamfering tool or deburring tool for cut bolts when you have these sharp edges on them and stuff, and using gloves. If you're going to hold a bolt by hand like they show in some of the commercials, I'm sure you got some leather gloves or something on to try and do this. And I've tried to do this, and it's not as easy as what it looks like on TV. I try to get this to deburr. And it's just not making much of any dent at all in it. So what I found is if I stick it in the vise, I can get a better grip on it. I can put more pressure on it. Now, that does the trick a lot better. So, that's a caveat on how that works. Also, for working on smaller bolts, it says it'll work down to like a number 8. And I've got this one here. It does go on there. It's got enough space in there yet to, see if we can get a good image here, where the bolt doesn't bottom out in there. So that's good that it does that. This, I believe, this is a 1/4 inch threaded rod. And same thing with this. It's like trying to hold it doesn't really do the trick. Got to get something to hold it better so you can put more pressure on it. Now you can see that that did do the trick for me. So got it deburred or chamfered so the nuts can go on easily. Anyways, that's how that works. Okay, so well, maybe that didn't perform so well and could be better. Certainly not like what they showed on some of those commercials and stuff, or at least online. And so I thought maybe I can mess around with this a little bit and see if I can sharpen this up a little bit and get it to perform a little bit better. So I'll show you what happens. On this cutting here, on the inside here, it's kind of a rounded shape there. And if I'm going to sharpen any edges or something like that, I want to sharpen flat edges, kind of like we do on router bits and stuff. We're always sharpening the flat edges, but never the contoured or irregular edges. We just do the flat edges on it. So on this one, what we have basically are the cutting edges are going to be these along this side of this cutting edge, because it will rotate in this direction as it cuts or deburrs the bolt. So you can see at one end here it's a tight fit. This one's a lot wider open. I've got these small mini files that I've got, And what I'll use is these. If I angle it like this, I can fairly get into that edge there pretty well. Then kind of rotate here as I go down like that. And I'll just go back and forth like this with not counting strokes so much, but I'll just kind of go at a consistent speed of doing this and count to like number 10 or number 20 until I do all three of these edges, and then see if they feel on the edge here. Stick my finger in and see if they feel good and sharp. Then I'll see how well that works for cutting or deburring these bolts. Alright, so I've got this sharpened up a bit here, or filed at least the cutting edges, and we'll see how this works. Well, I think that made a pretty good difference just by filing those edges a little bit. I've got some better chamfering there, and let's see. And with trying to nut out on here, I think, let's see, a little bit stiff. It depends which side of the nut you go with, and yeah, that seems to go on fairly well. It's a little bit stiff, but seems to work pretty good. So I'd say filing down the cutting edges here, that helps a lot. Well, I think this worked well once you tweak it and sharpen it a little bit. I would probably give it between 3 and 4 stars out of 5. It just doesn't work as well as advertised. I think this is a great concept if this catches on. Hopefully they'll improve the design and the performance. Now do keep in mind that these are for regular or soft fasteners. This won't work well on like grade 8 hardened bolts. Another note is that since our drills are reversible, we can sharpen both edges on this cutter. And when one edge wears down, then we can reverse it and use the other edge to get more time between sharpening. But given how this may cut a narrow edge, with creating that chamfer, will this wear out and divot out? Kind of look like some of my old lawnmower blades. When it gets too bad, it's beyond resharpening. In some situations, this may not work well at all if you don't have access and clearance for a bulky drill in tight spots. Then I would do it the old-fashioned way of threading a nut on, cutting the bolt with a hacksaw blade or a Dremel, then filing if I can, and then unscrewing the nut to clean up the thread. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you got some inspiration, please give me a like and hit that thumbs up button. Also, please share it with your family, friends, and fellow craftspersons. To subscribe, please click on the little red icon down in the lower right corner of your screen, and be sure to hit the bell icon so you won't miss anything. Please leave your comments. I'd like to hear from you and what you think and what your suggestions and what you may like to see. Also, please participate in the community posts on my home screen here. We get to share a lot of information there and on a lot of topics. For more information and links, see the description below. There's a lot of great information there. And again, the question is, what do you think about this tool design and what would you change about this? So if the ladies don't find you handsome, at least they should find you crafty. Thank you.